Bird of Prey 5. Hail Karuga. Kapla. Kapla.
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Karuga. That's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
If you come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. If you're here to make war, we surrender.
Both good. The important thing is I'm meeting new people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework factory. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. And that means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before or since. Tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Bird o' Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hello world, it's Bird o' Prey 5, Kapla, and welcome to Bed Life for Friday, November 24th, 2023, aka Black Friday. No, not because of any socio-economic or race relations. It is, in fact, Black Friday because it's the day that all the Black people can shop legally for the first. No? I'm sorry, I'm just getting an update. Why is it called Black Friday? Because of profit. Profit? That's not nearly as exciting. Well, it's called Black Friday because stores legally can sell black spray paint to lesbians. For this day in 1985, yes, that's it. Today in 1985, stores around New York City legally could sell black spray paint to lesbians for the first time, thanks to Mayor Ed Koch. Mayor Ed Koch, the world's first Black Friday, New York City. True story. Congratulations. Welcome, everybody. Jedi Bill, first in the chat. Kapla, Jedi Bill, says, Kapla, Brother Warrior, Bird o' Prey 5, and all should hail Karoga. Thank you, Bill. Richie Poole says, 2 Vicks and 2 alpacas. Thank you, Richie. Yvette says, good evening, Bird and everyone. Good evening to the lovely Yvette. Miss Lodell's Groovy Movie says, Kapla, Kapla, Mr. Lodell, and that quite obvious doorway to a closet you have behind you. In looking at it again, how anyone could believe it was a doorway to anything other than a closet or perhaps a small bathroom. It boggles the mind. Hakeem says, hey, bird, and chat, kapla, kapla, Hakeem. Mike Richards says, greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Greetings, Mike Richards. Words and pictures says, kapla, bird. Good to hear you. Good to be here. Good to have you. Then LDG at Free the Net, the producer of the Bird of Prey 5 channel. At the beginning of this week, he went on a crazy members binge, purchased over 50 new channel members, gift memberships for over 50 new channel members. So certainly at least a channel producer for LDG. And he is brazenly showing off the newest channel emoji, which was thanks to his generous donations on channel members. We qualified for a 15th, I believe, custom channel emoji, perhaps, or 10th. I don't know. My math is not so good at the moment. But the crystal skull, the custom crystal skull, has been added. And
our best estimates place us some 4 hours from Earth.
It is our newest and latest custom emoji. And Jedi Bill and Yvette with super chats. Yvette with a £2 sterling super chat says, fingers crossed for kissing Dax for you all. Unfortunately got slapping himself, Captain Kirk. And Jedi Bill with a $1 super chat got eyebrow Dax. Thank you. Thank you to both of you guys. I appreciate it. And we got a new subscription. John Gill. John Gill just subscribed to the channel. Kapla, John Gill. Welcome. And Addie Goes Places with a $5 super chat. Addie Goes Places, who often streams City Skylines or other gaming like chess. Check it out. Addie has a $5 to the help me get a computer that can run City Skylines 2 fund because I'm bitter. I can't play on my 10-year-old computer.
Indications negative at this time.
Well, I appreciate that, Addie. I'm not particularly bitter. I can play City Skylines 2. It's just not a great computer to stream City Skylines 2 because of the graphic requirements of the game. But the other reality is that I'm really not that in love with City Skylines 2. I just don't think it's there yet. I find myself playing it, but I don't really feel myself loving it. So, but thank you guys, and I appreciate it. I do. Where were we? Yeah, so Jedi Bill also using now the crystal skull emojis. They stand out. Mike Richards says, wow. JP's is here and says, lol. Why? Words and Pictures says, I never knew today we're allowed to spray lesbians with black paint. No, it wasn't that you spray the lesbians. It was the lesbians could buy the spray. You know what? I like it better. Sure. Today, in this day, in 1985, in New York, Ed Koch allowed the spray painting of lesbians with black paint. Fine. That's why it's called Black Friday. Mr. Lundell's Groovy Movies says, bear in mind, we're talking about LDG. I doubt he's ever seen an actual door in his life. John Gill says, chat only for subscribers. That's evil. You made me subscribe. I feel abused. Honestly, John Gill, I could have sworn I turned that off today. I thought I turned off subscriber only chat, but if I didn't, all the better. All the better. JP says it's okay, John. We all feel that way. Yes, you're going to feel abused. Addie says, Addie Goes Places says, oops, should say Addie has donated. Addie had, oh yeah, okay. Addie has donated $5 to the Help Me Get a Computer that can run City Skylines 2 fine. That makes more sense. Because I'm bitter and I can't play it on my 10-year-old computer, which I'm not bitter, nor is the computer 10 years old. John Gill says, watching the video here and listening to the audio at LDG's is confusing. Yeah, you should listen and watch here. And John Gill says, I thought Black Friday was the day Metallica's Black album came out. No, that's Black Tuesday. Jedi Bill says to John Gill, fast forward a whole bunch. John Gill says LSD. That would be a better nickname for him. Addie Goes Places says trip to St. Pierre has been booked. I finally got that $10,000 super chat. Good for you, Addie. Good for you. Addie got his very first super chat of all time yesterday on his stream, on his City Skyline stream. It was a moment to remember. I don't know what the hell St. Pierre is, though. Is that an island? Is that a South American country? I'd imagine it's probably a Caribbean island. Let's go to the Google mobile. I'm a geography buff. I actually do care. As a kid, I used to just look out. As a kid. As an adult, I find myself looking at maps just for the fun of it. Oh, Saint Pierre. Saint Pierre. Okay. Martinique. That sounds Saint Pierre and Miquelon. Okay. Let's see. Now zoom out. Zoom out. Saint Pierre. Oh no! That's not a Caribbean island. That's Canada. Oi! It's Canada, eh? That's actually, that's a lot more down Addie's style. Addie likes cold. Addie likes the north. Okay, Addie, I usually find him going to Iceland or Greenland. And Jedi Bill got Kissing Dax. Jedi Bill with $1 super chat, Kissing Dax. Thank you so much, Jedi Bill. Yeah. So Addie is usually around this area of the map. Norway, Sweden, Finland, things like that. Probably up here once or twice. So yeah, up here, finding him north of the border, that's much more likely. I'd have been very surprised to find him. Yeah. On the other hand, though, Addie also can be found in South America because his genes his genes bring him back to this area of South America. And of course, at this point, he can get cold by going south. So he also, he might find like a penguin, he might find his way over here to this, what is this, the Ross Ice Shelf? The Villa Las Estrellas. Villa Las Estrellas, that was probably set up by Addie's ancestors, and he has some natural desire to return to the Antarctic through Brazil and Uruguay, which we all know means you're gay, and Argentina, and then he'd probably just swim it. He'd probably this doesn't look all that far. You could probably just swim from there. I mean, so what is it? 4 inches? 4 inches on my monitor? That's swimmable. John Araki with a 99-cent super chat. Thank you, John Araki. I got Khan. Yeah. So good luck to Addie on his trip to St. Pierre and Miquelon. Fucking Canadians with their fucking funny ass sounding. It's not, what is this, a fucking island? It's not even part of the mainland. It's just a fucking island. Jedi Bill gifted a Bird of Prey 5 membership. Thank you, Bill. Unfortunately, unfortunately or fortunately, we don't have any members, I believe, left to give. LDG maxed us out. I don't think, although like John Gill, though, is a new channel member, apparently he isn't eligible to get a membership for whatever reason. So, yeah, we are maxed out on members at the moment. John Araki had donated quite a few memberships on Monday too, and those have yet to be assigned. So I think I don't know how it works, but it might be a while, if ever, before somebody gets the membership. It's weird. Addie Goes Places says, Joe sent me $2. I always send him 5. We see who values the friendship more. Well, of course, you do. I was being a good friend by sending you less. Addie Goes Places says, St. Pierre is an island off the coast of Canada. That's a French territory. Really? It's French? So it's not Canadian? You're telling me that there's this island that's not Canadian, even though it's next to Canada. It's French. France is so close to the United States. There is French territory in spitting distance from Maine. Wow. I never knew that. I don't like that the French are so close. Like actual France. If actual France is so close, then why don't all the people in Quebec who don't want to be Canadian, why don't they just move to St. Pierre? Then they could be actual French. Jeff B has become a member. So we got a new membership. we've got a new membership. John Gill had to enable it first. He had to enable gift. He got the checkbox. But Jeff B got Jedi Bill's membership. Okay. Jeff B. Where are we? St. Pierre. John Gill says, thanks to Jedi Bill's hypo, LDG is officially LSD. Addie Goes Places says it's actually French. It appears to be. John Gill says trip to Canada in late November. That's going to be cold. That's the way he likes it. Gorilla's Random Thoughts says, shit, what I missed. Hey, Gorilla, not much. John Gill says, I went to Finland in early January once. Negative 18C. Jedi Bill says, yeah, baby, that's how you get kissing Dak. Indeed, Jedi Bill. Very cool. Very lucky day for you. Very lucky day for all of us. John Gill says, actually, in Patagonia, in South America, it gets freaking cold too. Yeah. John Gill says Patagonia also looks almost exactly like Norway. And then John Gill says, I had to enable it first. The gifts. Addie Goes Places says, yes, it's French. I will get a French passport stamp when I go there. JP says, fucking right, it's French. Tabernacle, Collis. John Gill says, bird, you can click on it and it should tell you. Jeff B says, Kapla, Bird Pray 5, thank you, Jedi Bill. John Gill says, Quebecers hate the French. Quebecois hate the French? Really? JP says, Bird is afraid France will take over New York. I am not. There are very few things I am not afraid of, JP's. France taking over is certainly not one of them. Especially New York. Jeff B says, John Gill pointed the way. Positive Candor says, Kapla 5. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. Thank you, Positive Candor. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving as well. And John Gill says, I did not yet say, Bird, you can lick. Maybe you'll get me there. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm sorry. I misread it. I don't want to lick. So it is November 24th. It is indeed Black Friday, which, despite what I may have insinuated at the beginning of the stream, is indeed about selling stuff. It's formally the day that retailers used to have their biggest sales, and now it's kind of like everybody does their biggest sales, whether online or in store. Unless you're Amazon, in which case Amazon does theirs on Amazon Prime Day. But it's just a good day to have sales now. So. Yeah. People put off some purchases to Black Friday. I don't know why anymore. I mean, especially these last couple of years, I really doubt there's any physical reason to wait till Black Friday. Certainly, there's there's no what's that? There's no quantity issues. It's not that factories have overproduced or whatever. I mean, it's been years. This is probably the first Black Friday that you can actually purchase a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox, whatever S, whatever the latest Xbox is and PlayStations are called. It's probably the first one where they're actually available in stores or online. So yeah, it'd be interesting. Um, what has it been? 3 or 4 years since 3 or 4 years since PS5's been out now, and it's the first Black Friday you can actually buy it at the MSRP. Just by going to Amazon. That's a bit nuts. That's a bit nuts. It was a website, the website where I play poker, the governor of poker. They had a tweet thing where you tweet them what your best or biggest your biggest Black Friday purchase ever was. And then they randomly pick of the people who tweeted to give you a in the game a power up, so you get a roll, or you get a spin and a chance to win a few million, what ultimately probably be a few million chips. So you get a chance to win, say 5 million chips, which is nice. Okay. So all they want you to do is to say, well, what was your favorite Black Friday, whatever. And, I was looking through, people were like, oh, they bought, for some reason, everybody was leaving poker related purchases, because I guess they figure, well, it's a poker game, so everybody wants to hear about poker related purchases, and who got a deck of cards, who got poker chips, who got fancy whatever. And then there's people who just put in anything. I purchased a car, or I purchased a television system. And of course, I wanted to put in, I purchased Karoga. I realized nobody would know what that was. I just went ahead and said, yeah, I got poker chips. Poker chips. We'll see. We'll see if I win anything. Not expecting to. Not expecting to. So other than Black Friday, two other days are particularly interesting. Although, looking here, Celebrate Your Unique Talent Day is interesting. Maize Day, the time has come to unwrap and savor this gift of nature. It's basically corn. It's a corny day. Flossing Day. I don't know. I don't know. How do I honestly think people floss? I don't, because God knows. I floss when I get the floss that's on a stick, and that's easy. That I can do. but actually a piece of floss, wrap it around their fingers, and go back and forth with it. No, does anybody ever done that? I mean, yeah, okay, in the dentist office, but I I, I can't imagine. I you know, they sell floss, but I bet 99% of floss goes unused. Maybe it's just me. National Day of Listening. I listen. That's like every day to me. National Sardines Day. That is a nasty, nasty day. Native American Heritage Day. Solid day. Sinky Day. What the fuck is a sinky? Are you a sinky? This special day was created just for you. Okay. I have no fucking idea what a sinky is. I'm more confused as to why there's a woman, a pregnant woman, sitting on the floor eating. Is that a piece of cake? I'm going to have to figure out what a sinky is. But it's also System Engineers Day. It's boring. System Engineers Day celebrates those who create computer systems and debug those with problems. I don't think that's technically LDG Day, but it's close. And Your Welcoming Day. You get it? Thanksgiving. Now it's Welcome Giving. Because yesterday was Thanksgiving. Now it's Your Welcoming Giving Day. I understand what they were doing, but I think they missed it. Let's try Sinky. What the fuck is Sinky? Okay, she's eating some type of cake. Friday, November 24th. Still looks a little pregnant to me. What is she doing? Sinky Day or Dine Over Your Kitchen Sink Day is the day after Thanksgiving, which is November 24th this year. And it's especially for those of us whom leftovers taste much better when eaten over the sink. Imagine that after spending hours cleaning up the house, you want to give yourself a treat, a juicy, crunchy bite that will get crumbs everywhere. Taking it out of the kitchen may not be wise unless you love cleaning. One of the best places to eat that yummy but messy treat is over the sink. Some of us are natural sinkies. Join us. It's just in us. Yes, sinkies are a thing. A sinky is someone who dines over the kitchen sink, grabs a quick bite in the car, drinks milk straight from the carton, or snacks right out of the refrigerator. No, eating a snack over a sink is smart. All those other things are nasty and disgusting. Well, eating it in the car is something you got to do. Drinking milk straight from the carton, that's nasty. Snack right out of the refrigerator, I mean, that could be okay, but probably better to just take what you want out. But the problem is this woman is not eating over the kitchen sink. You fucking got artwork that has nothing to do with the holiday. Literally, is it too hard to take a picture of somebody eating over a sink? You couldn't find any clip art. So you're like, well, let's just take a picture of a woman eating in a kitchen. And this isn't going to deal. No, you fail. You fail. Somebody should be fired. Somebody should be fired over this shit. Somebody finally updated the Twitter logo, and now it just says X but it still says tweet. Jesus fucking Christ. People need to be fired over this. I have no idea what this holiday is supposed to mean. I'm getting mixed messages. Bullshit. But the two more interesting holidays for today. D.B. Cooper Day. D.B. Cooper Day. There is more to this mysterious case of hijacking, air piracy, and intrepid skydiving. The D.B. Cooper case, one of the most interesting cases, unsolved cases in American history, quite possibly the only unsolved hijacking in history. You wouldn't believe it could even happen. How? I don't know. And the fact that they found some of the money. They found some of the money, but they never found what happened to D.B. Cooper. Crazy. And Buy Nothing Day, which in an effort to combat unethical and sometimes dangerous mob shopping behaviors of Black Friday, people just came up with this Buy Nothing Day. It's like a fuck you to Black Friday. And I get it. You know, for years and years, the mainstream media has been showing us videos of people fighting in malls, fighting in Walmarts and Targets, trying to get televisions sets that these big retailers would purposely set us against ourselves. They would have one or two TVs and sell them at a loss, just to have publicity of hundreds of people lining up in front of their stores, and they would revel in the fact that we would attack ourselves, that we would throw down our fellow man, that we were willing to kill each other, to literally kill other human beings in an effort to be the first to make it to the center of the store and carry out a flat panel television for $100 instead of $300. And then what happened? Well, after a while, society got so sick of it that now it's not even illegal to just smash your way into a store and take whatever the fuck you want. It's just any other Saturday or any other Friday in San Francisco, in New York, or Portland. Maybe these stores brought it upon themselves. Don't get me wrong, I don't like it, but they kind of fostered behavior that, just people don't care about them anymore. It got too normal. It got too normal to fight over things. And even good people like Deej, were taken baby Yoda from poor little kids. And being happy about it and coming to YouTube to talk about how uh, how well they did to get the last baby Yoda from the stores. So yeah, so buy nothing. It's the natural. Anytime human beings progress in one direction, a certain population of them pop up to just push off, to make sure we can't succeed. We can't do something too well. Pop culture curators in the house. Applaud pop culture curator. Mr. Lundell's groovy movies says the only time you have to worry about France taking over New York is if a giant cache of truffles are discovered there. That's probably true. John Gill says Black Friday is global. It's in Germany. It's in Brazil. Black Friday took over the world. Yeah, that's kind of the problem, John. Pop culture curator says Kapla pop culture curator. Josh Street says the reason Bird isn't afraid of France taking over is Bird would be leading France when it happens. Cody Guy waves. Welcome, Cody Guy. Jay Fees says Black Friday is all hype. Yeah. Stanley says just saves like $5. John Gale says France always had one of the biggest and strongest armies in the world. Obviously, they're not going to mess with Germany anymore, but everyone else is fair game. Sorry, John. That's not how it looks. Not how it looks from here. Stanley says, yeah, I think this is going to be the lost console generation. The new consoles aren't fast enough to actually handle next-gen games. The Traveler, Kapla the Traveler, says, greetings, birds, salty turds, and nerds. Greetings, Traveler, and thank you again, Wes, for that t-shirt. It is still really cool. Stanley says they're basically finally able to play PS4 games at decent performance. John Gill says, like I said to others earlier, I hate Black Friday being late in the month when the paycheck runs low. It should be on like the 3rd. I believe it's some months, some years you get lucky. Stanley says, I trampled an old lady at Walmart to save $5 on a DVD. Exactly. That's what those are the values they instill in us. And it's bullshit. Fuck you, Walmart. Especially since you're going to stop selling DVDs. Dan Ben says hello. Hello, Dan Ben. John Gill says, damn, Stan, you really needed that Ghostbusters 2016 DVD. Stanley says, not sure I can publicly display my special talent. No, Stan, probably better not. And Stanley says he'd be happy to put on a class. Wow. Dan Ben with the corn. Stanley is yelling, I do. Dan Ben says, no, I didn't think every single person flosses regularly for a long time. Stan Lee does, though. Stan Lee says, hard to get the right amount to wrap without wasting too much. I guess it must be because it seems like a total waste. Dan Ben says you can get scented flavored floss. Oh yeah, I've seen it. Bacon flavored floss. Stan Lee says the Dan Ben I go in spurts. Miss Londell's Groovy Movies is just buy the little plastic toothpick thingy with the floss at one end. Yeah, that's what I've got. So those are fine. Those are good. But I can't imagine people flossing with floss. And those plastic things, I feel like they're going to get banned one day because it's, plastic and it's, I'm supposed to feel bad because it's going to make its way to the ocean. Well, how the fuck am I supposed to clean my teeth? You want me to feel bad because a fucking sea turtle is able to floss its teeth? The sea turtle should be thanking me. Liberals. Gorilla's Random Thoughts is great. My kid just said, what is a sinky? Yeah, well, it's about eating over the sink. That's probably not the worst thing to teach your kid. Cody Guy says it's LDG day. John Street says bird. Sinky is somebody from Singapore. I don't think that's what it is. Dan Van says my toothbrush has a special back piece for tongue cleaning. I've heard of that. John Gill says fur-free Friday. So funny. Birdo Prey 5 shouldn't even be streaming. The Traveler says Birdo Prey 5. I swear you talked about Sinky Day last year. Sinky Day last year? Did I? Maybe I did, Traveler. Maybe I did. Yesterday, I got a phone call from a dear friend. This friend was probably my closest friend I ever had. What? Oh, I thought Mama Prey was talking to me. Mama Prey was working on putting together a couch or something. So maybe my oldest, dearest friend, maybe not oldest friend, dearest friend, closest friend. We met in college. From the time we met till the day I got sick, I would say we spent, we probably saw each other more days than not. Over a decade. And yes, she was a woman. And she called and she said, oh, she heard a song and she thought of me. I was famous for making CDs for my friends. And I mean, when I made a CD, I didn't just make a CD. I had the equipment to print custom image on the CD and duplicate the CD in mass and whatnot. So while it probably wasn't legal technically. Lots of my friends got special Christmas CDs that had hand-picked Christmas songs by me, and a lot of people enjoyed it. And I mean, people would often ask me if they could get extras because they were giving them to their friends and their families. Because frankly, you go to their family's Christmas place and they're putting a CD on. You want your songs and good songs. And so I would have ones that had MP3 files on it, or some that were just audio CDs. Anyway, my friend said, "Oh yeah, I used to remember hearing the song come on in your car all the time, and it made me think of you." And she called me yesterday. So I said, "Oh, what song?" And she told me a song I had never heard of. Something Marshmallow World by Dean Martin. Now, I was a big Sinatra fan. Now, I had Dean Martin songs as well because Dean Martin, also a very good singer. But I had literally every Frank Sinatra song I could find. I would imagine I have 99% of every Frank Sinatra song that was ever recorded professionally, and quite a few that were recorded at high quality from live events. But certainly every studio recorded 99% of his work, which is thousands and thousands of songs. Now, Dean Martin, maybe I have his top 15, his top 20, which is a lot less. Anyway, so she says this song, and I tell her, I was like, no, I was like, I've never heard of this song. It's weird. I was like, that didn't come from me. She insisted that she had to hear it from me. She says she remembers singing it in my car, that I turned her onto the song, and after a while I just stopped. I stopped saying, okay, well, I stopped insisting that it wasn't me. Now, did I honestly believe that she was wrong and I forgot? No. There are a lot of things I may have forgotten in my life. I'll admit that. I know I've been having issues with memory. I know I've been having issues like that. But no, there is no effing way I have. And just to confirm, I still have those CDs that I made. I still have those files at the ready because they're still the same music I listen to today. So I went back and I checked, and there is no record of this song ever being in my music collection. So I tried to explain that, but still, she would not hear it. She 100% insisted that I taught her this song. So I accepted that. But the reality is, I have no idea where she heard it from. My guess is that she had another friend or husband, because she was married during a certain time period, which I knew her, who liked the song. And that's where she knew it from. And she has somehow put it into me knowing it or learning it through me, and that just didn't happen. Now, I don't know why I started talking about this again. And you see, this is why there are a lot of things I admit I don't remember. My memory might be bad at, but no, the fact that this Marshmallow World or whatever song is certainly not one of them. I have no idea. Are we talking about toothpicks? Floss. I don't know. I don't know how we got onto this. Sinky Day, toothbrush, fur-free Friday, shouldn't be streaming. I swear you're talking about Sinky Day last year. That's what the Traveler said. I might have, the Traveler, but I certainly don't remember it. So if I did, yes, Mama Pray, that's your phone. Gorilla says we call them slobs. Eating over the kitchen sink is not a slob. It sounds like it's right there. Elihu says today is Denise Crosby's birthday. Happy birthday, Natasha Yar. Jedi Bill says, and why is she on the floor? I have no idea. It's so ridiculous. It is so ridiculous why this woman is on the floor for Sinky Day. Dan Ben says, yeah, eat cookies over the sink to prevent crumbs. John Gill says, how do you know she doesn't have a sink under her? I'm pretty certain there's no sink under her. Dan Ben says that picture should have the woman eating over the sink. Exactly. John Gill says the classic sink story is eating a whole head of lettuce over the sink while pouring dressing over it. Dan Ben says Jedi Bill, the big question. Elihu says Loki was B.D. Cooper, and he says D.B. Cooper. Dan Ben says, I once saw someone eat a ham sandwich and crisps walking down the street. Jedi Bill says, in Vertebrae 5, the sink is way at the end of the countertop in that picture. Yeah, it is. It's bullshit. And John Gill says, oh, even Elihu is here. And Dan Ben says, I'm DB. The elusive DB Cooper has been here the entire time. Mike Richards is guessing Deej. Johnny Gill says, Elihu, how did you like JP totally foil at pronouncing your name? Miss Londell says, DB Cooper's bones will wash up any day now. Mark my words. Schwario says, Birdo Pray 5, Kapla. Bird, hope you and the family are doing well today. Schwario, thank you. Sisso Pray and Nephew Pray were here. They came yesterday. Actually, they came Wednesday, stayed Wednesday night. Were here all day yesterday. Went to my aunt's house for actual Thanksgiving. Came back here at night, and then left this morning. So it was an extended stay for Nephew Pray and Sisso Pray. But it was a good time. Elihu is killing time. Still have to pick up a badge for Fan First San Francisco. Swario says hello to you all. FanFest. FanFest. Elihu is headed to FanFest. Swario says sorry he's late. No worries, Swario. I'm not even sure. I never heard of FanFest, but sounds like it's another Comic Con. Jedi Bill says that's my money. Oh poop. Dan Ben says, oh, okay, there's a shop that sells DVDs and Blu-rays, really cheap, but they're always ones you never heard of or don't want. Now that's why they're cheap. John Gill says good people like Deej gotta have higher standards. Dan Ben says shopping behavior, get out my way, bitch. Get out the way. Yeah, indeed. That is the modern Black Friday shopping behavior that we should all feel bad about. How did we go so wrong? Dan Ben says that Christmas movie with Diane Keaton, and she goes to get the last turkey, and she has to fight this woman to get it. I don't know what movie it is, but I understand the sentiment. Swario says, Vertebrae 5, the D.B. Cooper case was featured on Unsolved Mysteries TV show with Robert Stack. You know the show with that creepy music, Robert with his raspy voice. Yes, it's been featured on many TV shows, and they always have a different answer. Dan Vance says shops in the UK that have more than enough baby Grogu toys. Well, now they do. But a couple of years ago, it was very hard. We didn't even know his name was Grogu. Dan Van is lolling. Dan Van says, Star Wars Jedi Survivor video game at high PC requirement. John Gill says, well, I don't floss or brush my teeth. Well, I would suggest you at least brush your teeth. But whatever you do, you do. Jim's Landscape LLC, Commodore Productions, says, hello, Jim. Dan Ben says, kids used to be able to get toothbrushes that played music while you brush. Jim says, sorry, remastered trailer video. There's the link. I don't know why you're sorry, Jim. There's the link. Hail to Jim, says Jeff B. Dan Ben puts in a turtle emoji. I like turtles. Jim's Landscape says, hey to Gorilla. Dan Ben says it's similar sounding word to Sinky. That toy thing is like a spring that goes downstairs. That's a slinky. That would be a slinky. John Gill says my oldest friend is actually a guy from Canada I have never met in person. My closest friends are people I met later. Elihu says Bird did it his way. I did it my way. You know what fucking annoys me is this fucking commercial that they have on the TV here in the fucking mornings, like when I watch NBC News in the morning, like 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. or 7 a.m. There's a fucking commercial for a fucking diabetes drug type 2 diabetes for the people that tend to be overweight. And you have all of these, and I'm sorry, you got all these fat chicks singing in a fucking commercial, singing to the tune of My Way. And it's all about taking a fucking pill that lowers your sugar and also, I think, lets you shit regularly. And like, we're doing it my way. And I don't, listen, I know it's wrong to want to hit a woman, that there is no reason a man should ever, ever, ever hit a woman. But fuck you. Don't you ruin My Way for me for my entire life by fucking singing it in a fucking commercial to sell fucking your medication to get your fucking to lose 10 pounds. To lose 10 pounds and shit regularly. Fuck you. And yeah, I want to punch the woman. I'm not going to. I recognize that that's illegal. Okay? I recognize that it would be against civilization. It'd be a step backwards. So I'm not going to do it, but I want to do it. And that makes me even more angry. John Gill says, if Bird can make it here, he can make it anywhere. That's true enough. Elihu is lolling. Dr. Scotty, Kapla, Dr. Scotty. Says, Bird, when will you be signing the holiday songs this year? Singing the holiday songs this year. It's always one of my favorite Strive streams. I don't know, Dr. Scotty. We'll see. We'll see if a good day comes up. I guess it'll be sometime sooner than later. A Bird will Pray 5 Christmas song stream. You know what? People should start thinking, if you have any songs you want me to sing, start thinking about them. I never know. You never know what day it'll come up. John Gill says, love and marriage. Oh, yeah. Love and marriage go together like a horse and carriage. Gorilla's Random Thoughts says, this is bullshit. I haven't even seen one fight in a Walmart yet. John Gill says, Gorilla, is that a challenge? Bring it on next time at Walmart. Pleasant Valley Picker, Canada, says, hey, chat, Kapla, Pleasant Valley Picker. Jim's Landscape says, hey to PvP. I'm guessing Anti-Derivative Jill's stream just ended. Kapla to everybody who came from over there. Apologies. I was going to come up on her stream, but I ended up napping. Because Sisso Prey left this morning, and I took a nap. So by the time I woke up, it was too late. The panel was quite big, and they were so far behind in chat because LDG also purchased quite a few subscriptions to Anti-Derivative Jill's channel, and so there were there were quite a few people that were getting their subscriptions there today, and I did not have time to come up, but congratulations, and it's great to see him spreading some wealth and helping out channels that can use it, and so it was great to see. Pleasant Valley Picker says, "Hey Gorilla, what time are you doing the Waltons? I have an appointment at 3 p.m. Pacific, but should be back before the percent time p.m., which would be 5 p.m. Somebody capitalized 5 p.m. And I guess that's Pacific time. Pleasant Valley Picker says, Gorilla, yeah. Pleasant Valley Picker, yeah, corrected it to 5 p.m. Pleasant Valley Picker says, a lot of these lists prove some folks have too much time on their hands. Elihu says, John Gill, everyone mispronounces my name. John Gill says, JP really butchered it. Elihu says, David Copperfield mispronounced my name, the funniest. John Gill says, I never really tell my real name. I know how it will end. Elihu says, I told James Hurdy, Wild Earth, so many times, and he gave up and calls me who? Just who? 47 Yorktown says, hello, young sir, and puts in the crystal skull emojis. Welcome, 47 Yorktown. John Gill says, Bird, I don't floss or brush my teeth because I put them in a glass. Former non-functional alcoholic. I got you, John. John says, my parents, well, they watch TV. All the commercials are about not holding your own during the night. Dan Benson's commercials have used good songs over the years. They've wasted good songs over the years. Bullshit. Let's see. Sorry. It jumped. When will you be singing? Oh, wow. I went back up. Gorilla says, Dear Bop, since the person who always putting dad jokes in the Dear Bop, I decided to pick up the slack and submit 10,000 dad jokes. Jeez. I hope not. Elihu says, later, fellow weirdos, gonna watch For All Mankind, then get my Fan Fest San Francisco bad. Yes, Bird, it's like Comic-Con. Very cool. And yeah, for those of you who didn't know, this week's episode of For All Mankind, they actually put it out yesterday. They actually put it out a day early. I guess they figured for all Mankind fans visiting family on Thanksgiving, it was a good way of getting people talking about it. But my guess is it just had families that were split. Some people had known to watch early, and some people probably didn't. So I don't know. I don't know if it worked out the way they hoped. But yeah, there's a new episode of For All Mankind. Yvette says, I loved my life. I loved It's My Life until an advert for a women's product company completely ruined it. Exactly. It shouldn't be allowed to happen. Jedi Bill says, I'm giving it all she's got, Captain. Systems engineer. There be whales here, Captain Kirk. John Gill says, Gorilla, please call him Bird so you don't make me think of Hanson. And John Gill says, Yvette, are you kidding me? They can't use talk for that. Miss Lindell has got a few songs, but you'll need a day or so to learn them. Well, that's probably not going to happen. That's why it's better if it's songs I've already know. Gorilla says, John Gill, let's step it up for a notch. Since Bernie stopped the fight on the Senate floor the other day, let's have it here. John Gill says, yes, Gorilla, naked, with axes. Naked meaning like in fur loincloth. Yvette says, Jordan, my money is on you winning. John Gill says, Conan, fight in the Senate. Gorilla says, thanks to Yvette. John Gill says, since we're from different countries, we should really do it at the United Nations. No, fuck. United Nations is in New York. I don't want this ridiculous garbage happening in New York. Stay out. In fact, why don't you do it in that fucking French island off Canada? Go there. Go to that French island off Canada and have your alone time. Saint Pierre and Marqueline. They can't even figure out a name for it. They had to give it 2 names. Okay. Well, let's go check the Dear Bops. John Gill says, okay, we'll fight on the French island. Dear Bop, how Donnie politely tell my boss I'm surprised he can breathe with his head as far up his own ass? How do I politely tell my boss I'm surprised he can breathe with his head as far up his own ass? You can just come out and say it. You say, hey, yeah, I assume he doesn't want the job. Right. If you want the job, then you don't ask this type of question. I guess you could, unless you can anonymously suggest to him, he creates an anonymous suggestion pile, and then you test it by putting that in. But short of that, yeah, you don't. You don't. It's not polite. Dear Bob, did you hear? Did you buy anything? No, this is not African American Friday. Black Friday is not African American Friday. It's called Black Friday because of the lesbians and the black spray paint. Dear Bob, do you want these 2 kissing for kissing Dax Day? Yes. Yes, look at that. Look at the love of Terry Farrell and Nicole DeBoer. That's a wonderful picture. And how could they ever be kissing though? Maybe if it was with the mirror universe. The mirror universe. That might work. Dear Bob, I always hear people say, "Hail Karoga, is this hail large enough to drop on Karoga?" Fox weather. Uh, that is a mighty big hailstone. So yeah, that's pretty big hail. That's too much hail. Too much hail on Karoga. Dear Bob, why don't we eat turkey any other time than Thanksgiving? It's like the cheapest meat at 99 cents. I don't know what that means. 99 cents a pound? I don't know. I certainly would eat turkey other days, but it's such a pain to cook. Dear Bob, thank you for taking the time to read every chat and not just people who can afford the super chat, like certain person who has too much sodium does. You're welcome. I don't know who the sodium is, but if you're a big enough channel, it's unfortunate that there's always going to be a day when you can't possibly read every chat. Hell, even I get to the point where I got to skip a lot of chats. Dear Bob, I had a professional gal over the other night to watch One Piece with me. She thought I was making a porn movie. I told her to leave. Was this the wrong thing to do? LDG. Okay, well, I'm quite sure that this is not from LDG. No, if you didn't want her there, then it was not the wrong thing to do. Dear Bob, does Deej have any extra corn cobs? I would like to have one to make a corn cob pie. I always wanted a corn cob pie. Salty. I'm sure he does. You should probably reach out to him. What did I expect? What did I expect? Yvette says, Bird, turn up with a pitchfork and the French will surrender. John Gill says, might miss a lot by accident. Dan Ben says, hailstones can dent cars. John Gill says, for 99 cents, I can't even get a package of pre-packed discount sliced meat. Dan Ben says, in the UK, it's traditional to eat turkey as the Christmas dinner meal. There are people who don't like turkey. Hakeem says, I eat smoked turkey wings often. Dan Ben says, I've tried turkey before, didn't like it, don't eat it at Christmas. And John Gill says, your enemy, Michael, does read almost all the chats, to be fair, but that's not the thing to criticize him. I can think of 1,000 other things, of course. My enemy, Salty Tracker, is not my enemy. But whatever. Okay, let's do this. We'll do Wordle, and then we'll end with Wordle. So November 24th, play. Somebody please give me a first person, a five-letter word to start Wordle with, and we'll see where we go from there. John Gill says, it's just a running gag. I know. Yeah. Salty isn't the enemy. Turdistan is. A 5-letter word. The Traveler says, I've missed most of the stream. I will have to rewatch. It's up to you, Traveler. Plane. Gorilla Ouija doesn't. I've done Ouija. It's not a word. It's not a word. Plane. Okay. Nothing from plane. I will Ouija. Oh, it is a word. Well, all we got was O. All we got was O. Tacos. Okay, we got two. Let's see. A-E-I-O-U. Okay, so all the other vowels are taken. So what are we? Let's see. To me. T-O-M-B. Should it be two O's? Two. T-H-O-O. Tooth. T-O-O-T-H. I know we were talking about it's possible. No. That's weird. There's only one O. There's only one vowel. T-H-O. And there's no other T. T-H-O. Oh no, that's not the O. That's not the vowel. T-H. Something. T-H. T-H-X-O-X. Assuming it's even T-H. T-R-H. I know it can't end in H. So the H has to be either the second or third. Now, it makes sense if it's H is the second letter. Let's try. I don't know. T-H-R-O-W, somebody says. There it is. Thank you, Addie. Addie goes places. Got it. He says, oh my God, it's throw. Thank you. This is like listening to my grandpa do a word puzzle. Someone throw Bert a hint. Thank you, Traveler. Okay. Well, I appreciate that. With that, guys, we're going to call it a stream. Thank you. Hope you all had a great Thanksgiving week. And we'll be back hopefully on Monday. Kapla all. Bird out.